It's in English. Moodha means the one who is foolish. The root word of moodha is called muha or moha. Tasya bhava moha. Moha means the one who is deluded. What is the delusion that we have? The delusion is that we readily identify with everything that is unnecessary as my own self, including the body. So what we suffer in that delusion is called identity crisis. And because of this identity crisis, long before our credit cards were stolen, we have had identity theft. When your identity is stolen, do you take it seriously or you just say, chalta hai? I mean, your smile is not an answer. It is serious. Why is it serious? If your identity is stolen, you said it is serious. Why is it serious? Your identity is lost, somebody is using that or misusing that identity, wherein all the benefits that which you should be getting, someone else is stealing it away from you. Right? By the end of it, when you have to end up paying taxes, the IRS has the right address. They don't have any mistaken identity there. The impact of it I had about 3 years ago. I was just traveling through London, Heathrow. And I had about 6 hours of layover. So all that I got for myself was a bottle of water. I reached India and I had first 3 days I had a busy back-to-back events. So after 3 days, I had to use my credit card for something. It said decline. Said, this is not the, I have paid the earlier bill. It is not overdue. So I said, please call this number. I called that 1-800 number. Have you made any purchases worth $1,500 in London? I said, I don't think a water bottle ever costs you $1,500. In the last 3 days, they have been claiming it. At least 6-7 times they have claimed. So we have put a hold because this is a strange activity. So when your identity gets stolen, there can be a lot of things that can happen. That is just a credit card information stolen. And we take it very seriously. Even more serious is this issue wherein our true identity has been lost. And because of that loss of true identity, we are constantly identifying with anything and everything possible to create a platform through which I can interact. Instead of using the equipments that I am equipped with, I behave and function as that equipment. What are the equipments that we have? I'm not talking of the gadgets that you carry. iPad, iPhone, body, mind, and intellect. Very good. Soul is not an instrument, it is the enliver, that which enlivens the body, mind, and intellect. I have done this experiment with all of you couple of times, but it is a good reminder. Do you all drive your cars? Not the backseat driving. Do you drive your cars? Okay, good. How many of you purchased a new car in 2017? Okay. Veena ji. What car is it? Nissan Altima. It's 2017 model? Nissan Altima 2017. In 2016, did anybody buy a car? Okay, good. Sita ji. Honda Civic 2016 model. Lexus 2016 model. Very good. Yes, sir. Honda Odyssey 16 model. Anybody else? Huh. Honda Pilot 16 model. She's getting a confirmation. Is it so? 16 model. Okay, good. Anybody else? 15. Did anybody buy? Honda Odyssey 2015. I thought you raised the hand. Anybody else? Yes, sir. That's okay. You bought a car for yourself. Which one? BMW M5. Which year? 2013. 2019. 13. Sorry, I heard it that way. So when you all drive these cars, you go into an environment wherein you have to introduce yourself. Do we ever introduce ourselves with respect to our car? Odyssey 2016. Huh? Odyssey 2016 too. And in her case, uh, Honda Pilot, right? Honda Pilot. Which year? Do we ever introduce ourselves with respect to the car? It's a different issue when you are driving a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. Who are you? That Lamborghini? So which one did you upgrade to? So you buckled down to the pressure. The point that I was trying to make is not the pressure or the peer pressure aspect. The point that I was trying to make is, though I use that equipment, I don't behave as that equipment. Do we? Unless you are a teenager who has gotten their first car, a new car, they go all crazy. Almost every week religiously. Wash, wax, and as they're moving out, they see a small blemish. Right? I tease them saying, you should be given a new car in Bombay to drive. By the time you come back, it already has 2 dents. Next time, when you go to Bombay or Delhi, your challenge is to find one car which does not have a scratch or a dent. One car. On the road, Baba. I deal this with your children. First dent when it happens, it is like a scratch or a dent somewhere deep inside. You know, Nissan has a sports model, Z, Z something, 350Z. So one of our Yuva Kendra members got his new Z model. He got a scholarship. His dad was ecstatic. He said, okay, with that money, you get a new car. So he came straight to Saket. From the showroom, came to Saket. Said, Swamiji, got a new car. So puja karna. I said, okay. We did the puja. And then it was a stick shift. And some class I must have told, sharing with them, that that is true driving. The rest of it is fake driving. I'm going with the trend. News is fake, media is fake. The car is also fake because there is no stick shift in it. So he said, Swamiji, would you want to drive? I said, sure. So I got in, went for a nice round, came back. And if you have been to Saket, the first one, just next to Saket, the first parking lot, I got in there. And I moved it in too close to the curb. Did not realize because the other cars that I've driven don't scratch. Because the chassis of this is lower and there are like beep. This fellow sitting next to me had a heart attack. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh. And he ran out, checked it, and I said, sorry, kiddo. No, that is not the time to rub that kind of things in. Definitely the fault was on my side. And he sat there pampering that car for 5 minutes. Yes, the first car, you vacuum everything, clean everything, wax every week or alternate week. But once it becomes a used car environment, that smell, the freshness is gone. How often do we end up going for a car wash? Once in 3 months, you do it. Because I am often like, when people take me home, they say, no, Swamiji, we'll come pick you up. Usually I drive myself, but I'm self-driven that way. So the Audis especially. Audi, and there is another one, DMX, RMX, something. MDX, something like that. So those big ones. The first disclaimer, Swamiji, this is not my car. My wife drives kids around in this car. First disclaimer. Second disclaimer, don't mind the environment inside. It's a good vehicle. Because as you step in, you can see Cheerios, you can see stains, you can see all kinds of things over there. You can run an entire CSI unit there. Car scene investigation, not a crime scene investigation. It's unkempt. So in under that rear view mirror, you will see clips. So as looking at those clips, I say, how many daughters do you have? How did you know, Swamiji? CSI. Car scene investigation. And on the rear view mirror, you will find bindis, sticky, those sticky. And don't look at me as if I'm talking weird things. Ew, such things there. Yes, I have seen, I have witnessed. And yet I'm not passing a judgment. We use that equipment and we have absolutely no identity beyond its utility. Does it become an identity? Sometimes, yes, we get carried away too often, wherein it becomes an identity of our status, symbol, pride. That which we use to take us from point A to point B. I don't live in there. When even that identity becomes so crucial. Talk of living in this body as the body. What kind of deep impact of identity can this create? We go to an extent and we become quite an efficient suckers to that. First strand of white hair that you witnessed, not in your spouse's head, your own head. I know it is a story of a long past for many of you. When you had hair, see, there are all kinds of hairstyles can be put into 3 categories. There are some who part their hair. One angle, parting, the parted hairstyle. There are some who go all the way unparted. And then the rest of us, departed. So long ago, so long ago, when you had hair and you saw the first strand of white hair, what did you do? No, you don't start coloring it right away. The first strand is already in. Ukhad dalo. Pull it out. If you didn't care, your spouse cared. If you don't, I'll pull it out. सोच लो, नोच नोच के रख देंगे. Then, within a year, that one strand spot became multi. Yeah. It has to be maintained. Why? The youthfulness of this body has to be maintained. We have become so sensitive that an old person should not be called old. I'm young at heart. Who is asking about that? This is old. Swamiji, you're so rude. Facts hurt. What can I do? You have not come to terms with it. Don't blame it on me. And every time I see the TV ads are the most hilarious ones. Many of you watch for the other episodes and other things. I watch only for the advertisements. Oil of Olay. What is it? Some drops, it is called. That you apply, 7 days, all wrinkles gone. You will look 5 years younger. Guaranteed. That's what they say. Don't try it too often. Suddenly your spouse will refuse to recognize you. Oh, tu kaun? And what I laugh at is, no, people falling for it is one thing that can be laughed at. What I laugh at it is, every year or 6 months or so, the model who is showing it changes. See, I would consider that as a credible product. The credibility is maintained. That when we launched this product 25 years ago, this was the model. 24 years ago, 23 years ago, now, same to same. Our product. I'll believe that. Every 6 months, model changes. Why? Old. And still we fall for it. I'm not criticizing the product. I'm criticizing the mindset with which we fall for such things. That identification is so strong, that is called moha. See, when I come back to the car example, every once in 3 months or 4 months, get it checked. Have its wheels rotated. When it says E in the gas indicator, it does not mean enough. It means empty. Go fill it up. It was showing, it was blinking. I said, Bhaiya, let's go fill it up. I thought, we have enough. I had my disclaimer immediately. बीच में रोक के धक्का देने वाला मैंने देने वाला. It has to be utilized and you take care of it, bare minimum that which is required to maintain it. and use it for that purpose. Similarly, this body, the Vyamoha is so strong that aging is not acceptable, balding is not acceptable, rounding up is not acceptable. There's beauty even in aging graciously. But then the identification with that body is, I am this body, how can I be old? And this is not the only wrong identity. Mind, what to talk of it? Body changes in years. Mind changes. Before it changes a second, it already has changed. What to talk of our convictions at the intellectual level? Ask any kindergarten, first grade, second grader, what do you want to become when you grow up? Garbage truck driver. That is the topmost. I don't know what enamors them to garbage truck driver. Maybe that arms come out and pick up and there's a movement, there is some action there. They're excited. Then as they grow up, I want to become a pilot, actor, actresses. Then there is that heavy influence age, like the teenage. I want to become a teacher. मतलब कोई टीचर ने impress कर दिया इसको. I want to become a teacher. Then starts our conditioning on them. Doctor, engineer, what else? Lawyer, okay, lawyer also acceptable, huh? Okay. Lawyer or business management, CPA, okay? Okay, CPA. I want to focus on sports. Na beta, that is your hobby. I want to pursue music. Na beta, that doesn't fill your tummy. You can take it as a minor, not as a major. And then the child goes through, does chemical engineering or mechanical engineering, and finally end up hardware, software. Without these two, nowhere. Wherever you have to come back. The convictions keep changing. But our identity is to that conviction as well. And to add on to this moha, I have a certain perception of my own self at the level of body, emotions and conviction. I want myself to be appreciated for my existence. Therefore, I keep pushing my image, my identity on others. Please say that I look good. Honey, how do I look in this? क्या बताओ यार? Tricky questions. Like I've told you, right? This Amma served tea, the most healthy tea. मतलब न रंग न स्वाद न कुछ. It was healthy, but I didn't like it. And she was there right next to me. Swami ji, kaisa hai? Swami ji, kaisa hai? I shouldn't lie. I shouldn't hurt. So I said, Amma, your chai is like Parabrahma Paramatma. She didn't ask for an explanation. I didn't offer an explanation. She thought that it reminded me of God. I was happy with her understanding. And I let her be. What did I intend? That Paramatma is Nirgun Nirakara. Your chai is also Nirguna Nirakara. That I have an evaluation of myself and I want everybody to appreciate my evaluation and constantly keep upgrading it. That is the sammoha. That is the delusion that we live in. Once the car has become a used one, do you really care? Wow, kya car hai? Everybody every day has to keep praising that. No, it's just a car. Without which you are bekar. Not the Gujarati bekar. Gujarati bekar means 2 cars. Saro chhe na? I thought Gujarati. I had to find another Gujarati face now. Be in Gujarati means 2. So bekar. It's just an instrument. Use it to that extent and be done with it. Similarly with this. But our sammoha is so strong. Here he says, asammoha or asammudha, gotten rid of that delusion. How to get rid of that delusion? That we will see next week. So remind me to continue this shloka next week. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.